Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Lex's Budget Bunker Build. So it's quite early this morning. You can probably hear the birds chirping in the background. Got my cup of coffee. Got to start off the day right. Yes, I hope you guys have had a good week. My week's been pretty good. Feeling a lot better now than I was last weekend, so that's a good sign. So today, some of the things I aim to do is, first I've got a new battery to go into the elevator. So I was going to muck around and try and pick up another second-hand one from somewhere, but I've decided with the elevator, I want that to be reliable. It's going to be going up and down a fair amount while I do the excavation. So I actually bought a brand new car battery. So that should be good for several years. Should have plenty of grunt to get that elevator bucket up and down. So we'll get that installed first. And then I plan to get stuck into some digging. And I'm rambling on and I'm not digging, so let's get on. Onward and downward. There's the stuff. Nuisance. Yeah, how am I going to do that? Also, the terminal sizes are completely wrong. The ones I put on there, my cables are too small. Just a challenge, that's all, just a challenge. Alright guys, come up with a bit of an idea here, trying to think how to adapt that those battery terminals. So I've got a bit of copper tubing here, flattened it out on the end and marked it out. So I'm going to drill a couple of big holes to go into the to slip onto the battery terminal, and then the smaller ones so I can put a screw, a little screw and nut for the smaller cables on the actual wiring. So, and I figure using copper, it's not going to corrode readily, and it's going to have good conductivity. There you go, guys, the finished product. Should do the job. And I've got a couple of brass screws for the so this is the big hole go on the battery terminal, and this one will hold the terminals for the winch and controller. Couldn't find any brass nuts, but I found some little self-locking nuts. Should do the job. Let's get it in. Well, it's a bit frustrating. The brand new battery was completely flat, so I got that on charge, and I've had it on charge for a couple of hours, and I would have thought there would have been enough power there to do something with the elevator, but that's with the winch, but that's not making any sounds at all now, so I don't know whether that's packed up. Oh, I tell you, drives you mad. So anyway, we're back to the old school method of using my manual winch. I'm determined to get a bit of digging done today. I don't want to waste all day tinkering around on that on the elevator and winch and not get anything done. So let's just get it down at least another 100 millimeters. This is sort of my goal as a bare minimum. I really wanted to get more than that, because it's going to take, as I mentioned, it's going to take another year to get down to the target depth, but that's what it is. Alright guys, I've finished digging for the day. So I got down to 2.6 metres now. So she's a bit of progress. Now I'm going to try and work out what's gone wrong with me my winch on my elevator. So I've got a battery tester here. This is left over from the days when I used to work on cars, and I've had the brand new battery, which was flat, which was nice. Thank you, Bunnings. Had that on charge for a few hours now, so she should have some charge in it. So I'm going to disconnect that and then give it a test it with a battery tester. We'll see how that looks. Right, so it's reading just over 13 volts, so now let's just put a load on it and see how it handles that. that was 10 seconds as per the instructions, and it held that voltage good as gold, stayed in the green. So it's definitely not a battery problem. So something with the winch, great. Alright, I think I sorted that out. I think it's this isolating switch. Hey, I've had a fiddle with it, and seems okay again. It's off. So I'll just see how that plays along. I'm going to tighten the bolts up at the back here. They, to be honest, felt pretty tight in a way. But tightened them up and it seems to be working. Place up again, I'll replace this thing. I mean, it's very, very old. So I don't know what sort of condition it was when it was decommissioned from its last use. Perhaps it was, oops, I'm only in camera. Yeah, so I'll see how she goes. If it plays up again, I'll probably replace this thing. It's very, very old. And, you know, I don't know the history of it. Anyway, elevator's back in action. Could have done with that this morning, but I guess I should have played with that first. But I was just determined to get some digging done. Because it's been a while. I just want to get at least 100 millimeters a week. If not more. Right, so anyway, I've still got about, let me say, about an hour and a half. So I think the next job I might do is a bit more of the wiring on this docking system. So yeah, let's truck on with that. Well, I was about to make myself a lot of extra work. Then I thought about it. So we've got this battery here which operates the water pump, and honestly it hardly ever gets used because there's hardly ever any water coming in here. I think that situation is only going to get better as I get more waterproofing done outside. But I thought, well, we've got this solar charger here, it's all wired in. The wiring pops up through here and comes out, comes outside and then goes up, back inside a pipe, back up inside the shed. And well, you can't see it from here, but it goes up and then out under the roof. And to put another one in there is actually going to be quite a challenge. Not undoable, but quite a challenge. And I thought, well, hang on, this thing's charging every day, a battery that's not really getting discharged. And at the end of the day, this battery is quite low. It's only, I think it's about 7 amps or something like that. So it's 7 amp hours. So it's not, you know, it's not super big anyway. Which means if the pump was needed over an extended time, this thing would go flat at night. Or if, say, you know, there's a lot of stormy weather, for say a week of stormy weather and very little sunshine. But so what I'm thinking, so I've got this all wired in already, is, so this is working great, no problems there. It's the docking system. Just to show you, it's up, boom, she's connected, and now that's charging this battery under here. But also, at the same time, it means that the circuit here and these bus bars now have these two batteries in parallel. So I think this big battery is something like 60 or 70 amp hours, 60 amp hours. So now the water pump has, should it need it, because I'm always going to stop the elevator in the up position at the end of the day, so it's going to be docked, which means that circuit's complete. So it means the basically if the water pump was needed for a long time, it can actually run off this big battery as well as this smaller battery. So I'm actually quite pleased with that. If I'd realised how I was going to do this, if I thought ahead a bit further, I wouldn't have even bothered with this battery, to be honest. I would have just relied on this one and always made sure that at the end of the day it's docked up here and then it's doing its job. Anyway, the small battery might be useful somewhere else at some stage down the track. I'm sure I'll find a use for it. And then I've got this other solar controller in here for when I do get around to put in another solar panel on the roof, and then I'll run this extra wiring, which I can do, but it's I know it's going to be an absolute pain. I'm probably going to have to, see those shelves there, I'm probably going to have to pull them out. So take everything out of them and then drag that out to get behind the behind there where the wiring is. So I don't really fancy doing that right now. So so this yeah, this works out good. It really does. So sometimes you can hit a problem and it can get you thinking a little bit, and then you actually come up with a much better solution. And I actually think this is better because, as I say, for those reasons, this pump now has about 67 amp hours behind it rather than just 7 amp hours. Well, I think the next job I'll do is get another layer of wood in under there. Once that's in, then I'm going to cut back into the wall and put in that guttering system that I've talked about, which means then I won't have the pump and that pipe and all that sort of stuff in the shaft. It'll all be mounted back out of sight. And if it works, it means I won't be getting any water down the shaft. It'll all get caught before it gets down to the bottom of the shaft. So let's crack on with that. Okay. Right guys, that's another weekend done. I don't feel too bad about what I've got done this weekend, so I've got a little bit of this more the boxing into a retaining wall or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure there's a technical mining term I'm slipping my mind at the moment, but I just need to get one more panel over here and then get these corner pieces in. Now these pieces here that hold it up are only temporary, because when I've got several more pieces down, I will get one long piece, we only two, but one rubber lots of little bits. It'll be one long one going down several of these panels, holding them all together. So these little bits, scruffy little bits, are just a temporary thing. So I just need to get these corner brackets in down there, in each corner, and this other panel on. But that's progress. And then I've dug down another 100 millimeters. So I'm now at 2,600 millimeters. So that's good progress. And of course I've got the new battery installed on the elevator, and it's all now wired up with my docking system. So when the elevator is in the fully up position, it's actually connected up to the solar charger. So it's charging right now in actual fact, even though it's quite a dull day out there. So yeah, so all in all, I'm actually quite pleased with that progress. It's not bad for one day's work, and I look forward to next weekend when I can crack on and get a bit more done. But until then, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and look after yourselves out there. And a big shout out to my Patreons. So I gained a new one, so welcome. Now I need to actually Google how to pronounce this, but the first name was Marku, and I'll try and research the surname because I'll need to. I don't think I can pronounce it right now. But Marku, welcome aboard, mate. Really appreciate your support. So, and of course, there's Demon Zeto, Rumble Rick, and Odvin V. Magnuson. So, yeah, guys, really appreciate your support. And as always, really appreciate those that have subscribed and liking my videos. If you haven't subscribed, then, it'd be a big favour if you could subscribe. And, of course, then you'll also know when the latest updates come. And, things are cracking on. I'm making a bit of progress now, and it's starting to look a bit more like at least a bunker shaft, at least, if not a bunker. But, yeah, I really appreciate the support and all your comments too, of course. They've been really helpful. And until the next video, this is Lex out.